Okay, update time. So this is upstairs out the back of our chalet bungalow. The bathroom has been completely removed, which is on the right here. Then we had a sort of a hallway extension that allowed access to the bathroom, had a bit of storage. That's all gone. And then this was just a crawl space. There's the solar power unit, the transformer. So all of our solar panels were all along the top. So we stripped all of those out, stripped all the tiles off, taken all of this out, all the stud work, all of that sort of thing, completely ripped out. We've got one, this is a steel that was still in there, but down the bottom here we've got one joist left to go in along there, and then that's all of the floor joists in. But as you can see down there, we've got a steel in there and some other stuff, and I've just had some acro props delivered today. So we've now got a means just to support all of this while we, take out the final bits and put the joists in. We have only had one problem so far, and that is down this end. We are nice and level. Our new floor joists are nice and level with the old floor joists. However, by the time you get down the other end, at the far end, we've got a rise of 25mm. So the house itself, the floor slopes about 25mm over about 10 metres. It's about 10 metres, so it's not a lot. We've never noticed in the house that the floor has any sort of gradient to it, so it's not enough to really notice. So there's a few solutions. One solution is to pack out the existing one we've put in and try and make it level up this end and pack out all this end to that end, or we can try and grind down there, plane down the old floor joists to bring them down to level, but then you make them weaker, so that's not a great option. And then my father-in-law's choice, and we've all had a good think about this since, is to get under there, under the new joists, and lift them up this end so they're the same level, and pack them out underneath and get them filled in. So the new floor will be slightly out of level as well, but that's probably the easiest way to do it, especially as we haven't actually blocked and bricked in this end yet. So this end's still free and open, and there's plenty of space, as you can see here, almost the right amount needed to get up to where we need to be. So we get them lifted up, get shims and packers and that sort of thing, get it underneath and packed out, and then we'll have a slightly off level floor, but it'll be matching the existing house, and then we don't have to do a lot of work inside trying to make it all nice and level. The only thing I can think of in future that might affect is fitting the shower pan. So we're just going to have to pack out the end of the shower pan slightly, but the gradient's nothing. It's, 25mm over 10 metres isn't a lot at all. So hopefully it should be fine. So as I said, the acros are down there. Acros have arrived today. I got 6 brand new ones, size 1, for £215 delivered, and they came the next day, which I thought was pretty decent. Dove Watch, I don't know if he's going to be here. No, he's fledged. Okay. So the last couple of weeks, last video I said about the issue with this dove nest. I built the shelter over it. The egg hatched, the mother was not disturbed, and it appears today the baby has decided to fledge. Got some water down for him because it's so hot. But yeah, as you can see, there was a successful nest, and they survived it, and there was no harm to them, so I'm really happy about that. Down here, this wall now is almost up to window height, so yeah. Let's go around. We had to change blocks we were using from the grey thermalites to these white ones due to lack of supply. Couldn't get hold of thermalites, don't know why, but a shortage of thermalites, so we use these. They're slightly lighter, they're slightly more brittle, but they're exactly the same 3.6 newtons, so they're absolutely the same strength. And here we have like a bit of a stagger, because the old here, this side, is the existing house, and that is a 50 to 65mm cavity, and then the new cavity that we put on is a 100mm cavity. This is the Kingspan, which is a high U value. It's expensive, but it's a high U value, so it can be used in a 100mm cavity and meet the new regulations. This is a 50mm Celtex which we will which won't be enough to meet the U values. But because we get this stagger inside, we are going to use insulated plasterboard on the inside, so that it'll then have 2 layers of insulation, and that will meet the U value requirements. So there we go. The blockwork here, the blockwork's done up to window level, although we want the windows to be slightly higher than this, so we're going to do two bricks below the window. I've marked out on here where the windows are going to be. We're going to do two bricks below, then sit the top, and then just two bricks above to hold the to carry the lintel, and then we'll just cut in the blocks to shape them around it when we get there. All the insulation is here ready to rock and roll. As you can see, we've got this scaffolding around. We've had absolutely zero weather get through. No rain has come through. Nothing's come through this side. I know it's a bit open on that corner, but nothing has come through. No rain at all. And in fact, in this heat, it's been very hot. It's been lovely in here because you get a nice breeze come through, and we're sheltered as well. So yeah, blockwork's all the way along there. We've just got to cut in. This is the old. This is the old sort of angle of the roof where the roof came down. And we're just going to cut the blocks in, and we've got the same again here. We've got 100mm cavity coming into a 50mm cavity, so this bit here will be doubly insulated when the time comes. The transformer here will be actually at the end of a corridor, so I've got to watch my step here. So if you imagine we're at the top of the stairs, so that's one bedroom. This is the boys' bedroom with their old bunk beds, which has now been deconstructed. You'll come up here and there'll be 2 doors on your left, which we have to build out of blockwork right down. I've excavated down to the original blockwork on the house, found the top of the wall. That now has to come up as blockwork, and that will support the main steel RSJ. So there'll be one that runs this way along the house, and that is the main carrier. And we will put in 3 columns of blockwork here that will form 2 doorways, and then I think the last bit will be just down there blockwork, and then that will carry that main RSJ across above the ceiling line. We're not going to do it below, we do it above the ceiling line, and then onto that will go longer steels that go from end to end on the house, from the actual wall, then onto the RSJ, and then from the RSJ onto the wall again. So it'll be like a cruciform steel construction on the top there, which we already have. It's already been manufactured by Eastern Steel in Norwich, who were far better than everyone else price wise, and they came and delivered it, and we handballed it out. We had 6 people. That's it's 28 kilograms per meter, so about 150 kilograms for that big one, and 6 of us managed to just walk it in. Even my son, 16-year-old son, helped out. We all helped out. 70-year-old father-in-law, all had a good go. And it wasn't much trouble. It wasn't hard at all. So when the time comes, we're just going to all hands on deck and get people to come and help and put them up. And we're just going to handball them up. We're not going to have a crane. We're just going to, use manpower, but with lots of men. And women if they want to help. Probably not. Drinking a cup of tea and watching probably. So there we go. Yeah, a lot of work really going for it the last couple of weeks. As you can tell from it looking like a complete bomb site. The other thing, the conservatory was here and that was still up. We were keeping that up for a very long time. So that's now all cut out. The conservatory's gone. Hey Bailey. Bailey. The conservatory completely gone, and the floor underneath you might not be able to see. I can't tell if the contrast is right because the sun's in my back, but we've excavated all the way down to where the Type 1 MOT needs to be put in, ready for the actual floor to be put in there now. The only reason we haven't done it is because the pipe work, this is the heating pipe work, this blue duct that comes up here, that is an underground duct that we put out to the new boiler, because we put the boiler in before we built the annex next door, and we needed that to be, out of the way, so we built it all underground. But these are a little bit too short, so we can't actually bury that pipe into the corner where it needs to be. So I now have to sort out the plumbing here, this monstrosity of plumbing and electrics. I just have to redo all of this and bring it out into this new space so that these easy joists can be used and we can nice and easily plumb it all and have easy access to it all. So yeah, I've got a bit of a bird's nest of electrics and plumbing to sort out, but I think I've got my head around it so far. I think I know what's going on there, so all good. yeah, dust sheets, because my word. Yeah, and all this horrible old insulation. We used to hear the pitter patter of mice feet, and I have found significant evidence of mice living in all of our insulation for years and years and years. Lots of little mouse nests and piles of poo. Lovely. So that all had to be, respirator on and get it all bagged up and got rid of, because not good stuff to be breathing in. So there we go. My now good friend Charlie Pope has been the main labourer. I've been in charge and he's been doing whatever I ask of him pretty much, but he's done a fantastic job with the block work. He did a little bit of a head scratcher down there, but we'll let him off on that. That's absolutely fine, and no one will ever see that. That'd be absolutely fine. Yeah, big haul. We've got so much glass, all the windows are out, so much plaster as well. It's hard to, you can't just throw plaster away anymore. It has to be specially disposed of. So I've called up my waste management guy that I use for my business, and I've been making a huge pile of plaster down there, and he's going to come and take all that away for me, no problem at all. He's going to take all of the glass, and he's going to take the bathroom suite as well, get rid of that. But there we go. Nothing has happened with the annex. The family are in there, you see. It's not finished, but it's good enough that they're all in there. The boys have got their computers there, my wife's in there. The bathroom, the shower room is fully functional and has been working well, although one little thing I messed up. Well, I don't know if I messed up, it was an oversight. The shower was put into a 40 amp circuit breaker and it wasn't quite enough. It needed to be in a 50 amp. So I was taking a shower the other day and it kept cutting out, and I thought, oh, this better not be water getting into electrics or anything like that. But then I thought about it, it's happening sort of like at quite a regular time interval. So when I went to put the circuit breaker back, I just checked it and I went online and double checked, and yeah, it wasn't the right rating. So now I've swapped it over. We had a power swap over. The actual power grid did some cut-offs this week while they did some tree maintenance down the road. There's been a generator feed in our street for the last couple of days. So I used that opportunity the next time they cut the power off to switch off the breakers, get in there and swap over the RCD. So that's easily done, and it hasn't been tested yet anyway. My friend who did the electrics, they'll come back once I've finished all this and they'll test everything all in one go and get all the certificates done. But there we are. The wisteria survived. I built this. I have no idea if I built that last time I made a video. No idea. But yeah, I built that half of what will be on the end there for the wisteria. And there we are. That's it. This out here, all of this white block work will be clad with hardy plank to match the annex. So yeah, we've got the scaffolding for 2 months. We paid for 2 months. We are 3 weeks into that, so I think we're doing pretty good time. We've got about 5 weeks left. There we go. I'm sure I've got more to show you next time. See you later.